نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. It's a common saying among the people who are not Sharia learned or have not got enough depth into understanding the rulings and the fiqh of Sharia or Islamic law, that this is not in Quran or in Sunnah, as though those are the only two masadir. Now, they are definitely the primary sources of extracting Sharia ruling, Islamic rulings, but they are not the only two sources. They are the main sources. There are other two as well, which is ijma' and qiyas. Ijma' is consensus of the jurists of the time, all of them agreeing on something, rather than individual opinion or ijtihad. And qiyas is analogy. Now, many people, when they ask or when they say or criticize certain practice, saying that, oh, there's no evidence in the Quran or Sunnah, and that's a wrong understanding, because you have to have the primary sources, Quran and Sunnah, yes, but there are secondary sources as well. So you can have something which is permissible, and if on the other side it could be haram or wrong, based on qiyas, for example. Otherwise, where is the evidence of the drugs, the illicit drugs, like weed or cocaine to be haram? There's no text to suggest that in Quran or in Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you extract that from the analogy. You make that rule. You understand that through analogy, which in this case is intoxication. So anything that would intoxicate would be haram. By extension, you can apply the same rule to certain other things, even if they're not mentioned in Quran or in Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Likewise, juristic opinions, ijtihad, public interest, maslaha. These are all different tools which are used to arrive at a ruling from Sharia. And obviously, they are based in the Islamic tradition, whereby the fuqaha, ulama, mufassirin, muhaddithin have used those tools to come at any certain ruling. For example, it is in public interest that there should be a dedicated time for learning Quran, how to recite it, for kids to go to madrasa, to maktab, to learn how to read, and divide that into different subjects. For example, on certain days, you teach them Quran for half an hour maybe, or 1 hour, and then 15-20 minutes, a little bit of hadith, a little bit of fiqh the next day, a little bit of something else, some du'as to memorize these, some surah to memorize it. Now, you would not find any hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that one should do it on that day or in that hour. And that should be the curriculum, and that should be the duration of the semester or the study year, academic year. That has all been done because it is needed, so that there is a continuity, there is a consistency, there is a proper teaching. Otherwise, the whole goal is to teach the basic Sharia knowledge to the kids when they grow up. In which order you do, how you find it easy to do, that's all fine. But you would not find that in Quran and Sunnah to do in a specific curriculum. Likewise, this mobile phone, social media usage to make it easy for people to learn certain things that they can't learn otherwise, maybe. Where's the evidence that we can talk about deen and discuss religious matter like this? No, we do not need that, because this is in public interest. So there are so many different tools, secondary and even tertiary, additional sources that different fuqaha use in order to arrive at a ruling, trying to understand the intent of Sharia. So when someone tells you that this is not in Quran and Sunnah, tell them it doesn't matter. If it's based on Quran and Sunnah, that's what we need to know. Because ijma and qiyas are based on Quran and Sunnah. Even if there's something which is not found in Quran and Sunnah, but is based on Quran and Sunnah, Islamic understanding, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's overall teaching and message, then it's perfectly fine. So, with regards to the kalima, 5 or 6 kalimas, they are taught in order to make sure that the children got something that they could do as a regular practice, and which is perfectly fine. So there's nothing wrong with that. One can continue with this because this is based in Sharia. These du'as are taught by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah give us tawfiq to understand and big up our game from being very superficial to a little deeper, inshallah ta'ala.